Welcome back again to Arinka's Kitchen. I have another family favorite recipe, and it is a potato salad, and it's called KRUMPLI SALÁTA. So what you will need for this recipe is 10 to 12 medium red potatoes, 7 eggs, 10 spring onions, a half a teaspoon of black ground pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 3 to 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise. If you would like more, you can add 5 tablespoons of mayonnaise if you like to this recipe. The other variation would be my grandma would make it this way, and what she would do is she wouldn't use mayonnaise or eggs. She would just use 4 tablespoons of water, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and 1 tablespoon of sugar, and she'd mix the water and vinegar and sugar mixture together and pour it over the potatoes and onions. So you can do this both ways. So if you go onto my website, you can see that there are 2 variations to this recipe. But today I'm going to do the one with the eggs. So what I did was, in a large stock pot, I boiled some potatoes with the skins until they were cooked. So make sure that your potatoes are not overcooked. So you have to really pay attention to that and make sure that they don't get all mushy and overcooked. So, and then what you do after that is you cool down the potatoes and you peel off the skins, and then you cut up the potatoes into quarter sizes, sort of like bite-sized quarter pieces. Meanwhile, you bring a pot of water, large pot of water, to a quick boil, and then you add the eggs and continue to boil them for 15 minutes. So you want to end up with a hard-boiled egg, and then you cool down the eggs and then remove the shells and cut the eggs into quarter pieces. So, and then you chop up the spring onions into small pieces. So I'm going to just show you how this looks like, with the potatoes cut up already and cooked. So like about quarter pieces, and then I've added the spring onions. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to add my pepper, my seasoning to it. Very simple recipe that my mother made with eggs and mayonnaise. So all you need is potatoes and spring onions. So I'm just going to add the sea salt to it. I use sea salt in a lot of my recipes. So, and then I'm just going to gently mix it around. Make sure that I've got all the spices evenly distributed. If you want to add more seasoning to this, you're more than welcome to do so. If you feel that you want more salt in it. And then I just gently mix it together. And then I'm going to add the eggs. So I'm just going to go over to the refrigerator and bring out the eggs that I've already cut up. So you want to keep these refrigerated, your eggs. So what I've done is I've boiled them for about 15 minutes. I've brought the water to a quick boil, and then I actually added about 7 eggs here, medium-sized eggs, and then cooled them down, peeled the outer shell off them, and then cut them into quarter pieces. So I'm going to be adding that to the potato salad. So I always keep these refrigerated after I cut them up. I just keep them in the fridge, just to be safe. So I'm just going to add the eggs. If you want to have more, you can add more eggs. I just have about 7 medium-sized eggs in here. So, and then of course I toss together the eggs and the potatoes. This was a family favorite. This is actually my mom's recipe, and the variation I'm going to show you is my grandmother's, where you add the vinegar and sugar and water mixture onto the potatoes. That's even more simple to do. This is great if you're having a barbecue, summer season or warm season. You can use serve this with on its own, or you can if you're cooking up some steaks or hamburgers on the barbecue, this is a great summer recipe. So, and then I've got, of course, the mayonnaise. Then I'm going to be adding the mayonnaise to this. And I've got about 5 tablespoons of mayonnaise, so I would add that on there. Probably just before I serve it. So I'm going to put this into the fridge, and then I'm just going to leave it there until the barbecue starts, or your gathering starts, and then add the mayonnaise last onto there. And making sure that you refrigerate it and making sure that it's in the fridge until you serve it. Now that's recipe of my mom's, and then I just in a separate bowl I just put some without mayonnaise, just the spring onions and the potatoes, and then I've added the seasoning, add salt and pepper to this, and then add my mixture of vinegar. So I've got water, sugar, and vinegar mixed together, and then I just gently toss it around. This would be my grandmother's recipe. Very simple, and you let this stand in the vinegar and the sugar before you serve it, so that this mixture absorbs the potatoes. So, and I would also refrigerate this. I'm serving it with meat. You want to serve it cold. It's a great recipe on a hot day, hot summer day, or spring day, and that's basically how my grandmother would prepare a potato salad. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me at irene@arinkaskitchen.com or arinkaskitchen.com. Until next time, bon appetit, jo eet weiter.